just be mindful that she's out here doing this.
That's why I'm going in the den. I might tear up the den, but I'll put it back together.
As long as you put it back together. You just pull me in when you need me.
I'm trying to find, operation is locked, rotate device back. I'm trying to find the messages. I mean, not the chat. Blah, 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 blah. I don't see the chat. Do you want to look on your phone and see if you can see the chat?
Sure. Let me see here.
Oh, there's a chat right there. Indiana Jones. Hey, beautiful. And Sarah. Okay, I just wanted to make sure somebody was here before I started running my mouth. So I'm going to give it just a couple more minutes and see if anybody else is going to come on. And then we're going to get started with all of my power tools. Well, that's not all of them, but that's a couple. My husband has been absolutely wonderful about buying me every stinking thing that Ryobi offers. If it's a hand tool, power tool, and Ryobi makes it, I've got it. So I'm excited about that. And I'm only going to be using 4 of them tonight. 4 of the, what do you think I've got? Probably 20?
Oh, at least.
Yeah.
Yes, at least.
And I've got the vacuum and the fan and the light and all kind of stuff. So what I need to do right now is just put a piece of sandpaper on my sander. Now I have a cordless sander and I have the corded sander. And I just like the corded sander better for what I'm going to be doing tonight. So that's what I'm going to use when it comes time to sand. Is it bright enough out here? Can you guys see? Or do I need to probably bring out more light? Baby, can you get that light right there and pull it out? I think it can be plugged in too. I know it's probably enough light right now, but it's going to be getting dark real quick here. I can never get this paper off. Ah, come on. Anybody else fight to get this paper off? I usually do it with my Cricut tool, and I don't have a Cricut tool out here. You're the best. So my special guest is my honey, Donnie. He's gonna help me out and just gave me his, what is this thing called? Box cutter?
Yes.
He gave me his
Utility
box
knife.
cutter. A what?
Utility knife.
A utility knife. Let's get technical here. So he gave me his utility knife. And I like this sander because you can either use the stick-on sandpaper, which is my favorite, or you can use the kind that wraps around and clips on. But convenience-wise, this is definitely the best way to go. So tell him hey.
Hey.
This
how
is
you
Donnie.
doing?
He's like super duper shy, y'all. Hey, Harriet. Hey, darling. Yeah, I would probably put that like right up there. Will it sit up on that? We're trying to get some extra lighting out here so that it doesn't. It's going to be hard to. Smiles Photography. Does anybody on here have a wrench? Man, that's what I meant to do before tonight. I meant to get my wrenches ready. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I have this piece of board that you can get at Home Depot, and it is way bigger than this. It's 6 foot long and 4 foot wide, but I'm going to be using a 22.5 by 24 inch piece, and it is chalkboard on one side and whiteboard on the other side. And that's a really good price, actually, because this will be my 3rd picture that I've made with this, and I still have a couple of like long skinny pieces left for $7. So this is going to be my base for my picture. And actually, let me show you the picture that I'm going to be chalking on once I get my frame built. Is that not absolutely gorgeous? This was a gift from Tammy over at Happiness Created. And I love, love, love it. Hey Jackie, welcome. Welcome, welcome. It's gonna be kind of hard for me to read my comments and do this. But anyway, so this, let me see that, baby. This is the board that I'm gonna put it on. And this is, see there? So I'm gonna put a frame, and my frame is gonna go, like it's not gonna frame it from here. It's gonna actually frame it around here. So, yes, isn't it beautiful? I love that, Jackie. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna measure again. I measured it earlier, but I'm gonna measure it again and get my right measurements for, where's the battery? Oh, okay, I can get it off another one. I'm gonna measure it. Y'all aren't gonna be able to see what I'm doing, but literally all I'm doing is measuring this to make sure I've got my measurements right. So we've got 24 by 22 and a half. And it's 24 by 22 and a half, honestly, because that's just what I was left with after I was cutting some stuff up. And it just happened to be kind of square-ish. And that's what it came out to. You can come over here.
Right,
So,
when you're ready.
what, baby?
When you're ready.
All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to miter the edges of this. And let me tell you why he's gonna help me. Because whenever I go to make, hold this up, baby. So normally you think of a frame as going like up here. Hold it on the side, darling. Normally you think of a frame as like going up here, but I'm not. I'm gonna kind of go like over the top of it. Does that make sense? And my problem is usually whenever I go to miter something, and this is why I really wanted to do this where you can watch me, I would put it right here and then I would measure this way. Well, what does that do? That takes this whole piece off right here. So when I put it on there and it's right, guess what? It's gonna be way too short. So now I've learned, thanks to him, that this is where you measure from, like from this side down here and not up here, because if we put it here and then we miter it, then we lose all of that. Does that make sense?
Okay.
I learned that the hard way after like ruining a bunch of stuff.
Right.
So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna find our square. Let me show them this. We're gonna find our edge with this. Let me flip it that way. All right, you see this? You got a pencil?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. So we're gonna come right here and we're gonna mark right there. You see that? Can you see the mark? I hope you can see it.
Not.
Probably not.
It's too
But
light.
trust me, there's a mark there. Let me see if I can get it a little bit darker. There we go. Can you see the mark? Okay. So now when we measure, we're not gonna measure from here. We're gonna measure from here over to get our measurements. And this helps keep you straight. What is this thing called? I know what it's
Square.
called. A speed square. I knew that. I just couldn't think of it. This is called a speed square. And it helps you keep everything straight.
Now, tell me how.
We can see a little bit of it. Okay, good, Sarah. Do what, baby?
I need to know what that's how
That's
much you want to
perfect.
cover.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay, now mark that corner down there.
Mark it right here.
Just the dot on the
You know
corner.
what? Let me get, I'm gonna bring you guys over here. I hope it don't make you like super dizzy or whatever, but I'm gonna show you what we're doing. Here. So we are going to leave, can I see? Like about, what is that, about a quarter of an inch?
About a half an inch.
Half an inch, about a half an inch. He's gonna mark it down here. Show him where you're marking it.
Right there on the corner. So you mark it right, there
Right
on
there's
the corner.
the mark.
And that's your 245s on each corner.
That's your what?
Your 45.
That's your 245s on the corner.
Now you take your speed square
Oh, go ahead.
and you line yourself up on your mark. Then you make your mark, and that's your two cuts.
Okay. So you got a cut there.
Mm-hmm.
and a cut here.
And then once you cut them, you use this one right here for the one on the bottom.
So now this, let me make sure that they can see this. This from here to here, my marks, that's gonna be the size of the frame that we just measured. Does that even make sense? Tell me if I'm making sense. I can't see any. Oh, please don't cut me off. Can you flip the screen when you're, yes, we can. Yay, that's gonna make it easier. Okay, so now we're gonna cut, and look at this, guys. This was like what's this? I don't know, my anniversary present. I don't know, I get stuff all the time, so I don't even remember what it was for. This is totally cordless. It's a miter saw. It's 100% cordless, and I love it. Go ahead, baby, you're not gonna hurt anything. Look at that. Cordless, can you believe it? I can take that bad boy anywhere. If I want to go to the park or to the beach and craft, I can take it, and guess what? I don't have to have a cord or anything. I love it. I know that sounds silly, but I love it. And it's got this little thing right here that catches all of the dust. So now he's gonna, hang on baby, let me see, let me show him. Now he's gonna cut this mark right here, and this has a guard right here. So now he's gonna mark this spot right here. I know, right, Jackie? It was less than $120 at, where did I get it from? Home Depot. Very, very, very good deal. Okay, so now we're gonna cut the second one. See, cuts like butter. I love it. So now, pull that back up here, baby, and show them what you just cut. Y'all, this is my honey that I'm always talking about. I love it. Okay, so.
What is it, this side?
Yep. All right, so let me back up. This is the side that we just cut, and it's perfect. Absolutely perfect.
All right, now we'll mirror this. We'll just mark one.
You're gonna what? You gotta be louder than that, baby. So now we're gonna mirror it and mark our second one for the other side.
No, it's not long enough, so we'll have to get another one.
It's not long enough? Okay. We should have enough. Hey, Robin, thanks for stopping by. And anybody else that I missed, I haven't been able to like watch as the names in the comments go past. So if I miss it saying hey to anybody, just know that I love you guys so much, and I'm so happy you're here. I will be done for the Zoom call too, Sarah. All right, so now this is, and I'm gonna do this one. So I'm gonna let him hold the camera, and I'm gonna cut this one. You gotta make sure you gotta look at this and make sure I'm in there.
Okay, which one you cutting first?
This one.
All right, leave your line.
What do you mean leave my line?
You want to be just on that side of the line. Bring it over on the other side. All right.
You gotta show them right here. All right, see right there? I need to be on this side of the line?
Yes, you
and why
leave
is
the line. Because if
you leave it there.
Yes,
okay,
yes,
I thought you said lead.
Yeah, you cut it just enough just to leave the line there.
Now notice that my hand is not touching anything over here. Like I have my hands down where that saw is.
It has a safety switch. You can't even pull it.
Actually, show them the safety switch. Right here, you have to push in and pull at the same time. So we're being safe, even though it looks like I'm not. So I'm gonna bring this down and make sure that it's on this side, barely on this side. Is that good?
You have to look underneath. I can't see from here.
Okay. It probably needs to go that way a
Okay.
little bit. Oh, can't find a happy medium. Let go of it. Okay, right there. It don't look like it's square. All right, here we go. Move your hand.
I'm good. Easy.
What happened?
Pull it again.
There we go. I let go of it.
Yeah.
I'm saying what happened and I let go of it.
Hey,
Watch what you're doing.
I'm sorry. I ain't no camera guy. Now, pull the trigger and swing it around for your other 45.
Yeah, that's right. Make sure you
You remember.
Make sure you stay in there.
Yep.
All right, now that's that 45, and we're gonna cut this side right here. So I'm gonna line it up. I'm gonna pull it down and make sure that I'm on this side, right, or this side? I
Yeah,
wanna be on
leave
that
the
side.
line, so you're going to be on this side.
Okay. See, I always try to cut dead on the line. So.
Your blade width right there it will make you short.
Right there?
Yep, looks good.
All right, so I'm gonna hold it here.
Yes.
Oh gosh, I'm not left-handed, so that's gonna be, oh, I see how to do it. All right, here we go.
Go slow. There you go.
Ta-da! Look at that.
I'll put this up against your other one.
All right, now, make sure it's in the camera, baby.
I know, I keep forgetting.
I think I cut it too short. Here, let me have that.
Yeah.
He's gonna make
Whichever
you
one.
dizzy.
Yes, very much so.
All right, now see,
whichever-
I cut it just a little too
that's
short.
okay. What you do is you take it and you even it up and you see where you got, and you just got a little bit different. So all you got to do is just, it's a blade width. So that's no problem.
All right, well, you can cut that.
Yeah.
See, he's teaching me. He's teaching all of us. Is that it?
Yep, and them two right there.
All right, so that's for what, the sides?
Yes, now. Let me show you this right here on the table. Something that's going to make it easy for everybody that you don't have to worry about doing math.
What are you showing us?
How to make sure that where you get your other part of your 45 from.
Okay,
The other length. So
let me move
you
that.
got this and this.
Reconnect. All right. So we're just checking it and making sure everything is. I want it a little bit further in. That's way too far out.
Let me see if I can move it. Yeah, that's the side right there. I had the wrong side.
We could probably mark like 22 or 24, whichever one that is,
I'll show
on
you
the
right
board to know which is.
See, what you got to do is get your gap right here. See how it goes right back to where you started?
Yeah.
How you lined it up before?
Mm-hmm.
You line up your corner there and you're there. You line up your corner down here to do the same thing. Do the same thing. So you got the same width all the way around here, and your corners are touching the edge of your wood.
Okay.
Same down here. Same gap right there to where your corners are touching the edge of the wood. Then when you get your measurement this time, you do your overall from point to point.
What do you mean now? Your overall from point
Overall
to point?
from point to point, see? That's 23 1/4 it looks like.
Oh, from the top point to the
Yes.
top point. Well, don't go so fast now, because I'm
Okay.
trying to show him what you're doing. So he's saying go from this point
Yep.
to that point down
Yes,
there
and
to
that's
get our
23.
next measurement,
Yes, because
instead of on the inside like we did the first time.
and that'll be 23 1/2. So now what you do is you come over here for this one. We're ready over here now. I'll show you how to do
I
this.
hit something. Oh no, what did I do? Okay, there we go. Hang on. I hit a button and it was about to disconnect us. Okay, what are you doing?
Then when you come over here, that 23 1/2, you go from the long side of one of your scrap pieces right here,
Uh-huh.
and you measure from your 23 1/2 is what it was. So here's your 23 1/2, which will be the point.
The top point, right? Not
Yes,
the bottom
'cause-
point.
yeah, because we measured, remember, from top point to top point.
Mm-hmm.
So this right here will be the top point of this one. So all you gotta do is cut that one right there, and that's one side. So then that should be your 23 1/2 from point to point. 23 1/2 from point to point.
Okay.
See? And then when you cut that, there's one. So there's one. And then we'll do the other one the same way. Because it's going to be the same top and bottom. 23 1/2. Next to the top of your 45.
Does this make sense, y'all? What we're saying and doing, does it make sense? It's really helping me because I never could figure out how to measure a miter cut. I always mess them up and I ruin so much wood like
This
that
is the way to do it without using math.
without using math. I know how to do math.
Well, not all of us do math.
All right, now let me show them what you're talking about. So what he's saying is whenever you bring the saw down, leave your line. Leave your line. Once it's cut, your line's still going to be
that's your
there.
measurement.
So you're going to be right just outside of the line. Just barely now, not a lot, just barely.
one.
Oh, you've already got them cut? Oh, no, that one. Okay. This thing is so easy to use. Let me get rid of this person right here. Hold on.
Oh, I had it right the first time. All right, you ready for this one?
Yep.
And so you can always put the blade right down there until you see it touching it. And so you ain't got your hand on the controls. You just got this on this right here.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't put your hand on the control until you're ready for it.
All right.
And then make sure your hands are out of the way.
And leave your line.
Yep.
That got me right in the face.
Yeah.
Oh, that smells so good, y'all. It smells like a fire. All right. Look how pretty. Ah, love it. Look how perfect that frame is, y'all. See, I can never do it the first time, but now I know what I was doing wrong. So hopefully this helped you guys too a little bit.
And then you put it on there.
And then that's what we're going to do. Now, can you flip it over and put that under there? Oh, I know, I do too. And when he cut that wood, that's kind of what it reminded me of. Move the whole frame, baby, and flip that white thing to the other side. And I want to put the frame on top of it to show them what it's going to look like. See what I'm saying? Here, just move this out of the way. Now lay it down. There you go. Now put it back together. And this is what it will look like once it's all put back together. And that's going to be my base. So now what I need to do is take my transfer and make sure I still look how perfect. Ah, could we have measured it any better than that? So that's going to be my transfer. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hang you back up and I'm going to actually sand down my frame and stain it real quick. So let me get you back up here and let me flip it.
You gonna put it together first?
Put it together?
Yeah.
Before I stain it?
Yeah.
Should I?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Well,
Tell us
way,
why.
If you got any splits or anything else, you can cover it up with stain.
Say it again.
If there's anything that splits or any imperfections, you can kind of cover it up in the stain possibly. You know what I mean?
But don't we have to sand it down first and get all
Yeah,
those?
you can sand it once you get it all put together.
Alrighty then. See?
That's
Who
up
knew?
to you, however you want to do it.
Well, no, that's fine. You're here. That's what you're here for tonight. You're our special guest teaching us how to do it the right way.
I'll let
So,
you shoot these corners like this.
well, I've got some wood glue here that I want to put on it too. All right, let me hang this back up and let me flip it. I'm sorry. Ugh. Okay. Let me put that there and then put this up here. Now we're going to put it together. Are we going to do it on that table or this table?
This one right here, that
This
way
one?
you can shoot forward.
Okay, so let me
Here's one.
put that down. I know I just asked you, but I don't remember what you said. Do we need to sand it first? That
No.
light is in the wrong spot.
Okay.
We keep covering ourselves up. Let me put it over here. Oh yeah, that's better. Now, we won't keep walking in front of it and hiding our light, you know what I mean? All right, so what is it you're doing here?
You want to shoot that right there?
What did you put some
Oh,
of this
no.
in it? Yeah. So we're gonna put some wood glue in there,
A little bit.
maybe. Well, if I opened it, it would come out better, wouldn't it? All right, not much, just a little bit. And then, actually, let me hold it while you shoot it. Here, that's in the way. Here, I'll hold it, you shoot it.
I don't know if I can get it right here. Hang on, let me hold it off the edge.
What you doing?
I'm trying to get it off the edge where we can shoot in there. There we go, right there, perfect. Just like that.
All right, I'll hold it. You shoot it. And this right here is a brad nailer, and I love it. Love, love, love it. You need to come up this way a little bit more.
Okay.
Yep, right there.
Yeah, this-
Am I moving it? Awesome.
we can put a couple more
Okay.
this way too.
Can you see what we're doing? Uh-oh, what happened?
Yeah.
Is it out?
Mm-mm.
Is it the battery? I think it's the battery.
No, the battery's charged.
Oh, come on. That's what happens when you're using... Hang on. Try it again. There we
There you
go. Put one right here, baby. Right up a little bit higher. There you go. Perfect.
Need the other 2 sections.
All right. Can you guys see what we're doing here? We're just putting it together now.
Okay, so this is the top part.
And we're using a little bit of wood glue. We're using the Gorilla wood glue just so it holds really good. And when I say a little bit, I mean a little bit. Let me show you how little. Like that's it. That's all I'm using. Because what happens is when we smush it together, it's going to spread out. This is one of my favorite tools right here. I love it. Love, love, love it. It's a brad nailer. It's so easy to use. You see, one person can use it. Love it. Awesome. Now look how pretty this frame's coming together. It's gorgeous. All right, then we got our last
Now I gotta
end.
flip this over.
Okay. Look, I want this on the bottom. See that piece right there?
Yes. Sure do.
And let me show you what I'm trying to hide. So, can you see this like real rough piece right here? We're gonna put that on the bottom so that this pretty piece is what is showing. Okay,
Better side's down
so that'll
right
go
now.
this way.
Better side is down now.
Here.
So they want this side up, right?
Is this the good side or the
The
bad
better
side?
side is down, yes.
Oh, okay. Here,
Yeah.
let me put some. A little bit there, and a little bit there.
Okay.
And that's gonna hold it together a lot better, that wood, that glue. Here, you're off the table, baby.
I know, but I'm trying to get these corners lined up. Okay, now I need to shoot that.
That's what I'm saying.
And, yeah.
Teamwork makes the dream work. All right, you ready?
Yeah. Looks like it. Hold it straight.
I got it
Okay.
straight. This is my tool.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta hold it up here.
Oops, sorry. My bad.
Fix that piece right there.
Yep, there you
All
go.
right. All right.
All right, now you got this corner right here.
Where did that come from?
It hit that knot. I seen it when it hit the knot.
Oh, well, that's easy
on
to
the
break
back.
off.
Yes, yes. You just get your cutters and you take that off. All right.
You ready? That's not even.
There we go.
Right there. Perfect. Ready?
Yep.
That's too far. All right. Now, I'm going to take my hammer because some of those don't go in like all the way. And I'm just going to tap down. Where did I put my hammer? I had it. Oh, it's right here. Tap them down in there. And make sure. Can they see, baby? You got to make sure you stay in camera. All right. So see where it's sticking out just a hair? And you might not be able to see that. Anyway, I'm going to tap it down. I can't see.
I don't want you to overdrive that though. Just let it set. Let it glue down.
Well, tell them why we don't want to do that.
Because if you drive it down too much, you're going to split it and you're going to push it down to 45.
Well, here, you do it because I don't want to mess it up. Tell them
Yeah,
again.
I'm just trying to hold up on it while we do it so it don't pull it down.
Trying to hold up on
so
what?
I'm holding up while I'm driving this down so it don't drive this piece of wood down into here.
Oh, I see. Is that it?
I've got a couple right there. Okay, now that's the one we'll have to clip off whenever you get to do that.
You got my foot.
Sorry.
All right.
And here is your finished side, I guess.
Now, look how pretty this frame is, y'all. Do you love it? I love it. Love, 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 love
And
it.
you got all that out of these two
It's
pieces of wood.
so pretty.
That came from these two pieces of wood.
Yeah, it came from two, what are they called? 1x8? No,
2 or 2.5. Yeah.
1x2s.
Yep.
I forgot what I bought today. So these are 1x2s. I bought two 8-foot, and I had them cut them in half for me so I could fit it in the car. And hand me that, baby. This is what's left over from that. Each one of them cost $5. So really I only have $5 in the whole frame because I'm only using one total. But the way we cut it to have to get it in the car, I had to use both pieces.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Now, are you going to sand it?
Yes, now I'm gonna sand it. Where's my sander? Right here. All right, this is gonna get a little bit loud. So this is my Ryobi corded sander, and I put I think it was 100 grit sandpaper on it. No, it's got different ones in it.
Oh, okay.
See? So this package right here comes with 40, 60, 100, and 150, and I grabbed one that is 100 because I wanted it rough, but not like super duper rough. Ready? All right, so now I'm just gonna sand all these rough spots off. Okay, so he was asking me if I wanted to leave it like that or if I wanted it rougher. Smoother. And I don't because, where's that rag, baby? Because this particular wood is like the cheapest that you can get. And whenever you stain it, it stains beautifully. And it's the roughness that kind of grabs hold of that stain, and it gets darker in some places, lighter in some places, and it gives it, it's almost like you're using 3 or 4 different stains. It's so pretty. All right, where's my stain at? I pulled it out.
Did you?
Oh man, I was so together, and now I'm like not. You know what I need? I need my stain. Where did it go? The thing that opens it.
I can get it open for you.
Huh?
I can get it open.
Okay,
for
so what I'm gonna use is Dark Walnut by Varathane. I wanted to use my Jacobian, but I can't find it. I don't know if I'm out or if it's just not out here. And then, you can open that for me, baby. And then I take these and I cut them up into these little strips right here. And this is just one whole one that you get from the Dollar Tree. Just cut them up into little strips. That's all you need. Just this little strip right here. Oh, my gloves.
They're over there
They are? Okay.
on the top shelf.
You want some?
No, I'll let you stain it.
I gotta get some gloves, y'all, because I just got my nails done. Well, you probably can't even see them. First time I had my nails done in like 3.5 weeks,
there.
right at. Well, they still had Christmas designs on them. That's how long it's been.
Can't get this open.
What is it? It won't come open? I'll go grab a butter knife real quick. Or you want to go grab a butter knife real quick? All right. So, I am not able to go back and look at any of, well, I'm not even in there. I'm not able to go back and look at any of the things. They are super adorable. What are we talking about? Super, oh, my nails. See? I forgot that fast. I'll always remember you telling me how in love with your husband. Oh my gosh, let me tell you something. March 3rd is our 30th Met anniversary. So like in just a few weeks, had met each other 30 years ago, right?
Yes, most definitely.
And then September 4th, 6 months and a day later, we woke up one morning and I said, let's go get married today. And he just kind of looked at me and he's like, for real? I said, yeah. He said, let's do it. And that's literally like, that was the romantic part of it. But let me tell you something else. This is funny. We had been out the night before. We weren't in church at the time, so Lord forgive me. And we lost his wallet, or he lost his wallet. Had no idea where his wallet was. Well, you know, to get a marriage license, you have to have your ID, right? I'm going to stain and talk. So we couldn't find his driver's license. So we had to go to the courthouse downtown to get a copy of it. When we show up at the driver's license place without an appointment, which is, you just don't do that here. I don't know about where you live, but you don't do it here. No appointment, and we had to wait for hours, and bless his heart, he had the most horrible hangover, and he sat there, and he did not look happy. He did not look like a happy man headed to go get married. He looked plumb miserable. But, so anyway, we sat there for, gosh, what, probably 4 or 5 hours, wasn't it?
Long time.
Yeah, long time.
Forever.
Finally got his driver's license replaced and headed to go get our marriage license. Well, all we were going to do is get our marriage license that day and then get married that weekend on the beach. That was my idea, was to have a little quickie beach wedding. Well, the lady told me on the phone that it was going to cost $64.50 to get our marriage license. So when we got there, hang on, I'm sorry, the gold truck's riding by. So when we got there, done everything. Oh, let me tell you this. I got to tell you this. On the way there, we stopped at McDonald's because we had literally not eaten all day. We jumped up, we went to the tag agency to get his license replaced and didn't get anything to eat on the way, so we were starving. So we pulled through McDonald's. I was nervous, so all I got was a Happy Meal. Guess what the Happy Meal toy was? A Barbie bride. A Barbie bride was in my Happy Meal for my toy. I still have that Barbie in there on my shelf to this day, 30 years later. And where I go, it goes. Like when we live in Florida, so there's hurricanes here. So whenever we pack, if we're leaving like for a hurricane, I pack my pictures, my kids, my cat, and my Barbie bride. So that's what goes with me. So when we finally made it to the courthouse, we walked in the door at literally 5 minutes till 5. No joke. 5 minutes till 5. I thought they were going to turn us away, and it was a Friday. I thought they were going to turn us away, but they didn't. And the lady starts asking questions, and that's where it kind of all fell apart. We had been in this whirlwind romance for 6 months, and we just didn't ask a bunch of questions because they just didn't matter at the time, you know? I knew his birthday, so this was September 4th. I knew his birthday was September 14th. I had no idea he was almost 5 years younger than me. No idea. I found out right then and there, and I said, wait a minute, I can't marry you. There's no way. I said, my mama would kill me. You're just a baby, blah, 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 blah. He was barely 23 years old. I mean, just a baby. No, you were, what, 24? How old were you? I don't know. But
25.
anyway, no, you were older than that.
24, fixing to turn 25.
Yeah, anyway, I think we got it all. Oh, there's that nail.
It's on the back side.
Anyway, I probably got the dates and the ages and all that mixed up. So that's not what I'm trying to get a point across. The point is, she starts asking us questions, right? And didn't know how old he was, didn't know this, didn't know that. 3 times that lady asked me, she said, "Are you sure you want to marry this guy?" And I'm like, yeah, I want to marry him. "Are you sure, honey? Are you sure you know him well enough to marry him?" I'm like, "I know all I need to know." And she said, "Well, you know that's not going to last. Like, this little romance that you've been on for the past 6 months is not what it takes," and blah, 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 blah. And she'd have thought she was my mama. I'm telling you, the way she kept trying to talk me out of it. Then she said, "Okay, well, that'll be $84.50. I said, $84.50? You told me $64.50 on the phone." And she said, "Yeah, $64.50 for the license and $20 to get married." I said, "No, we're not going to get married right now." And he said, $20 to get married right now? She said, "Yeah." He said, "Yeah, we're going to get married right now." I said, "No, we're not. We're in jeans and a t-shirt." Back then, he like worked out every day and he had these big, huge muscles that wouldn't never fit in a shirt. So we always had to cut the sleeves out and cut the neck off because, you know, because his muscles were so big. So he's sitting there in a cut up t-shirt. I'm in one of his mother's Walmart t-shirts because that's the only thing I could find that morning to throw on. And I didn't want to get married in that. But I looked in his eyes. He said, "Come on, baby, it's $20. So guess what I did? I married him right then and there. And it has been nothing but absolute heaven ever since. Even on the days I want to pinch his face off, I still know he's like the best thing that ever happened to me. And I just love him. And we do have a true love story. And, you know, I didn't really believe in soulmates. Like, I thought that was a bunch of malarkey. I thought, yeah, right. There's no such thing as a soulmate. Doesn't happen like that. Well, yeah, it does. It most certainly does. But the most important part of it, we can do all we want to do, but without God as the head, then anything's going to fall apart. So that's what has been our secret, is to keep God number one. And it's just beautiful. It's perfect. We have raised 7 children together. Look at that, y'all. How pretty is that? My $5 frame from scratch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let that dry, and I'm not going to chalk tonight because I just ran out of light, but I'm going to show you for the ones that did not like maybe see it in the beginning. This is what is going to go under. It's chalkboard on one side, whiteboard on the other side. I'm going to obviously chalk on the chalkboard side with my chalk couture, and I'm going to be using this transfer that is absolutely gorgeous. Isn't that beautiful? It is called French Country. That's the name of it, French Country. And I love it. So let me show you the colors that I'm going to use. Now it's going to mainly be white. Most of it's going to be white. And then, so Tammy, I don't know if you were here earlier, but I told them that that was a wonderful gift from you, and I love it. Most of it will be white, but then I have these different shades of green. And there's not going to be a whole lot other than maybe the pesto, which is my favorite green that Chalk Couture has. But I will have just like little highlights, and then on certain little parts, like certain little parts, not little parts, but certain parts, I'm going to use this shimmer gold. And I think it's just going to be absolutely beautiful when I get done. I can't wait to show you what it looks like. And then once I'm done, all we'll have to do is take my picture, lay it face down on the frame that we made, and then take the brad nailer that I used earlier and just brad nail it in. And then once we do that, I will put these hangers right here. They're called D-ring hangers. I learned like 90% of everything I know from Sammy. She uses the D-ring hangers. They work great every time. What else? Oh, and then I also have these that we can use too, but it's going to be kind of big. So I really didn't want to end up putting 2 of these because I don't know. I prefer not to. So I'm going to put 2 D-ring hangers on it and hang it. But so I probably will, maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll save it till next Monday night for my live to actually do the chalking. Would you guys want to watch that or no? Oh, this is another thing Sammy taught me too. She's the one that taught me this little trick right here. Is to take one of these from the Dollar Tree and cut it up into these little, you've seen that's all I use is one little 2-inch strip. That was it. And I've been using this one thing forever. Okay, so you guys want to watch it? Okay, so I'll wait till next Monday night and do the transfer and do the chalking. I can't wait. I'm like really want to do it tonight, but it's been almost an hour. I don't want to keep you guys for much longer. Plus we have a training Zoom in just a few minutes. So yes, Tammy, I'm going to make you wait. I love it. I cannot thank you enough for that wonderful gift. It's beautiful and I can't wait. Come here, baby. All right. So y'all tell my honey he did a good job. Tell him thank you for helping us. And oh, I know. What else was I gonna say? Oh, yeah, so he literally taught me something tonight I didn't know, like how to miter the edges the right way. He's the best. He knows everything. Like, he just knows how to do everything. So now I don't have 10 different frames that I'm trying to like force together that don't go together. Everybody's saying, great job, baby. He's a gem. Yes, he is a gem. He's my whole world. People, I have some friends that literally have said, there's no way he's that perfect. There's no way, And you know what? I feel sorry for them that they don't have a love like this and don't know what it's like to truly know that the person that you love would literally die for you in a heartbeat. Which they'd have to get past me to get to him and vice versa. So, it's funny. I could see somebody coming to like kill one of us and us two being there together and us fight. He's going, don't even talk like that. They would get so tired of us fighting over who needs to die first that they would just give up and walk away. They would give up and walk away. But anyway, thank you guys for coming. Thank you for watching. Oh God, it is such a blessing. It truly. Will you go grab my thing, my Barbie?
I have no idea where it is.
It's on the shelf behind the love seat. I got to show y'all one thing, and then I promise that's it. I'm going to show you my Barbie I was talking about. This Barbie's, even my grandkids know they can't play with that Barbie. Like, my grandkids can pretty much play with whatever they want to play with, but nobody touches my Barbie. I love it. He's going to go grab it real quick. Oh, let me show you this too. Let me take you off here and show you what I'm working on. I love it. Let me get it flipped. Look at that. It's a roll top desk. This is the drawer that goes to it right here. And I got new handles and everything for it. You got it, babe? Look at this, y'all. Let me bring it over here in the light. Look at her. Ain't she cute? And it says, you're in my light, babe doll. It says on the bottom, McDonald's, 1992, blah, blah, blah. Ain't she pretty? I love it. That's right then that God was saying, like, yeah, this is what I want you to do. You need to marry that man, get your behind in church, give your life back to me, and go do a work. Uh-oh. My light's saying it's time to go. The battery must be dying. That's funny. That light over there is on a, it's a cordless light, and it just started flashing like, all right, shut up talking. So thank you guys for coming. Thank you for watching. Be blessed. You know I love you. I'm so glad that you're here, and I'll see you next week. Bye now.